Hey guys, my hair is finally down. You get to see me in a beautiful white tank top with a skull on it. So, let's get to part 24 of A Dog's Purpose. And yeah, sorry guys that I didn't do part 24 yesterday. I got really tired and I'm like, wow, that was a terrible fix now. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. It made me realize that though the sun's cycle suggested a couple of years had passed, there was never any snow here. It didn't bother the children, though. They had sleds they rode on the waves. I stood and watched them play, knowing Jacob would not want me to chase them. One boy looked something like Ethan when he was younger, and I marveled that I could remember my boy when he was little and also when he was a man. An ache overtook me, then a sharp stab of sadness that didn't go away until Jacob wrestled me back to his side. When I did go to the kennel, Cammy was back often there, but Gypsy almost never was. On one such day, I was trying to interest Cammy in a glorious game of I Got the Ball when Jacob came over to me. "Ellie," he called. I never heard such urgency in his voice. Sorry, my hair's a little messed up. We drove very fast, the tires making screeches as we turned corners that I could hear above the wail of the siren. I laid down on the floor of my cage to keep from sliding around. As usual, when we arrived at the place to work, there were a lot of people standing around. One of them, a woman, was so afraid she couldn't stand up, and two people were holding her. The anxious ripple of Jacob as he ran past me to talk to these people was so strong it made the fur on my back stand up. It was a parking lot, big glass doors in the building swinging open for people carrying small bags. The woman who had collapsed so reached into her bag and pulled out a toy. Pony. I got the mall, lock it down, someone said. Jacob came to my door and opened it. He handed me a toy to sniff. "Ellie, okay, got it. I need you to find Ellie." I leapt out of the truck and tried to sort through all the smallest to find one that matched the toy. I was concentrating so hard I didn't notice I tried out in front of a moving car, which roared when the driver hit the brakes. Okay, I had it. There was a scent that was oddly marine to another, a strong male smell. I trotted them both, sure of myself. The small vanished at a car, rather next to the car, telling me that the people we were working had driven away in a different vehicle, and this one had pulled it to take its place. I alerted Jacob, cringing at his sense of frustration and disappointment. "Okay, good girl, Ellie, good girl." His play was perfunctory, though, and I felt like a bad dog. "We've tracked her to here. It looks like she got into a vehicle and left. Do you have surveillance on the parking lot?" "We've checked now. If it is who we think it is, though, the car's stolen," a man wearing a suit told Jacob. "Where would he take her? If it's him, where would he go?" Jacob asked. The man in the suit turned his head, squinting at the green hills behind us. "The last two bodies we found were up in Topanga Canyon, the first one in the Will Rogers State Park." "Well, we'll head up that way," Jacob said, "if we can pick up anything." I was startled when Jacob put me in the front seat of the truck. He never let me be a front seat dog before. His mood was still tense, though, so I stayed focused and didn't bark when we passed some dogs who yipped at me with unstrained jealousy. Jacob and I drove out the parking lot, and he held the same toy out to me, which I difficulty sniffed. "Okay, girl, I know this is going to sound strange, but I want you to find At the comment, I turned and stared at him in bewilderment. Find in the truck? The smell coming in the window moved my nose in that direction. Google, Jacob please. Find the girl. My nose was still filled with the scent from the boy, which was why I alerted when a strange breeze brought me her smell, still entwined with the man's. Good girl, Jacob said. He stopped the car, watching me intently. Behind us, cars honked. Got it, girl? I couldn't smell her anymore. That's okay, Ellie. Good girl, he said. I understood now. We were working from inside the truck. He drove and I kept my nose out the window, straining, rejecting everything except the smell from the toy. Sorry, I kind of have loud neighbors. Anywho, I felt the tilt of the truck as we headed uphill, and with it a rising sense of disappointment from Jacob. I think we've lost her, he muttered. Nothing, Ellie? At my name, I turned, then went back to my work. Unit 8, Call 6, Watsu 20, the radio squad. The radio squatted. 80 Call 6, we are proceed up Airfleet. Omafai. Any luck? We had something on Sunset, nothing since. Roger that. I barked. I normally didn't bark when I caught a scent, but when this hit, it was strong and steady, carried on a current of air that filled the cab of the truck. 8 Call 6, we've got something. Corner of Enfield and Umo. The truck slowed and I stayed on point. I could still smell her, and the man's scent was strong as ever. Jacob sensed to a stop. Okay, which way here, Ellie? Jacob asked. I climbed across the seat, showed my face out his window. Left on Carberry, Jacob shouted excitedly. A few minutes later, the truck started to bump. We're on the fire road. 10-4, we're on our way, the radio said. I was on alert, focused dead ahead, while Jacob wrestled with the truck to keep it on the narrow road. Suddenly we managed to stop, facing a yellow gate. Be advised, we need the fire department up here. There's a gate. 10-4. We jumped out of the car. A red car was parked off to the side. I ran right to it on alert. Jacob was holding his gun out. We've got a Toyota Karma. Empty. Ellie says it belongs to a man. Jacob led me around to the back of the vehicle, watching me intently. No indication anyone is in the trunk of the car. Excuse me. Jacob started. Roger that. The scent from the car wasn't as strong as what was coming from the air currents rising up from the canyon below. A steep road held the man's scent as it descended, while the girl was more delight. He'd carry her. Be advised, suspect took the road down to the camp. He's on foot. 8 Call 6, hold and wait for backup. Ellie, Jacob said to me, putting his gun back on his belt. Let's go find the girl. 20. I felt strong fear from Jacob as we decided down into the canyon. So strong I kept returning to him for reassurance. Then the girl's scent pulled me forward and I galloped ahead, racing toward a collection of small buildings. I spotted the little girl getting quiet on some steps that led out to a big porch while a man pulled at the front door to the building with some sort of tool. She seemed sad and scared, but she pulled out when she saw me approach, holding out a tiny little hand. The man suddenly whirled, staring at me. My hackles rose when our eyes met. I felt the same dark sickness from him that I felt in Todd, only stronger, more vicious. He jerked his head up, looking over toward the road I came from. I ran back to Jacob. The little girl called, "Doggy," as I peeled away. You got her, Jacob said. Good girl, Ellie. Show me. I took him back to the building. The little girl was still sitting on the porch, but the man was nowhere to be seen. Ellie, 8 Code 6, victim is secured and unharmed. Suspect fled on foot, Jacob said. Stick with the victim, 8 Code 6. Roger that. I could hear in the distance the rap of a helicopter blade. being in the air and the sound of footsteps running down the road behind us. 2 policemen came around the bend, sweating. "How are you, Emily? Are you hurt?" one of them asked. "No," said the little girl. She put a flower on her dress. "My God, is she all right? Are you okay, little girl?" a third policeman asked, breathless as he ran up, putting his hands on his knees. He was larger than the other man, both taller and built more heavy. I smelled ice cream on his breath. "Her name is Emily. Can I pet the doggy?" the little girl asked shyly. "Yeah, sure." "Yes, sure. Then we've got to go back to work," Jacob said kindly. I poked up at my ears the word work. "Okay, I'll go with you," the large policeman said. "Johnson, you guys remain here with the girl. Watch that he doesn't circle back around. If he were close, Ellie would tell us," Jacob said. I looked at him. Were we ready to go to work? "Fine," Jacob said. The brush was thick in place, the soil underneath sandy and loose. I could easily trust the man, though he was heading steadily downward. I found an iron road covered with his scent and ran back to Jacob. "Show," Jacob commanded. When we returned to the tool, we had to wait more than a minute for the bigger policeman to catch us. "I fell a couple of times," he gasped. I could sense his embarrassment. "Ellie says he was carrying this crowbar. Looks like he dropped his weapon," Jacob observed. "Okay, now what?" the policeman wheezed. "Fine," Jacob commanded. The man's scent was painted on bushes and hanging in the air, and it wasn't long before I could hear him ahead, scuffing along. I closed in on him in a place where the breeze was moist from a tiny stream, and the trees lifted their limbs high overhead, provided shade. He saw me and ducked behind one of these trees, just like Wally might do. I ran back to Jacob. "Show me," Jacob said. I stayed close to Jacob as we entered the woods. I knew the man was hiding. I could smell his fear and his hate and his fetid odor. I led Jacob straight to the tree. When the man stepped out from behind, I heard Jacob shout, "Police, freeze!" The man raised his hand and a shot rang out. Just a gun. I had been assured guns were okay, except that I sensed a flash of pain from Jacob and he fell to the ground. His warm blood spraying the air. Jacob's gun clattered away. I got it, then concentrated, separate pieces of information the flash. Grandpa's gun in the way. Ethan's cans leaped off the fence. Todd's firecrackers and a snap of pain when he threw one too close to me. The man by the tree was using his gun to hurt Jacob. He was still standing there, his gun pointing at us. His fear and fury had turned to alienation. What came over me then was exactly the same primal impulse that had seized me when I attacked Todd on the night of the fire. I didn't growl. I just lowered my head and charged. 2 loud shots ran around, then I had the man's wrist in my mouth. His gun falling to the dust, he screamed at me and I held on, shaking my head violently, feeling my teeth tear into his arm. His foot smacked at my ribs. "Let go!" he shouted. "Police, freeze!" the big policeman yelled, coming forward. Get the dog off me! Ellie, it's okay. Down, Ellie, down!" the policeman commanded. I let go of the man's arm and he fell to his knees. I smelled his blood. His eyes met mine and I growled. I could feel his pain, but also his cunning, his sense that he was going to get away with something. "Ellie, come," the policeman said. "Dodge ripped up my arm," the man shouted. He waved at something behind and to the left of the policeman. "I'm over here," he yelled. When the policeman quickly turned to see who the man was shouting at, the man lunged forward. Scooping up his gun, I barked. He fired and then the policeman fired several shots, punching deep, paying the man. The man lay down in the dirt. I felt the life go out of him in a swoosh. The black, angry sickness unclenched its hold on him and letting him slide away peacefully. "Cannot believe I fell for that one," the policeman muttered. He still pointed his gun at the now dead man, cautiously avashing and kicking the other man's gun away. "Ellie, you okay?" Jacob said. asked faintly. She's okay, Jacob. Were you hit? Gut. I anxiously lay down by Jacob's side, nuzzling his unsurprised hand. I could feel the pain working its way through his body, and the blood swan was longing for how much of it there was.